Hello everybody, welcome back to Simulated Heaven and welcome back to X-Plane 10. Now, we are at Hong Kong International Airport. I was able to find a freeware scenery package for Hong Kong International Airport. Like I have said in previous videos, I do live in Hong Kong, so that's why I'm quite interested in doing this kind of stuff. I'm in a Robin aircraft. This is actually a completely free aircraft. It is basically based on a Robin aircraft. Of course, it is not fully licensed because it's freeware, but that is what it's based on. I mean, as you can see, I think this is one of the better freeware airplanes I've ever used. It is pretty awesome. And even the instruments, I mean, okay, some of the things are not quite as clear as, say, a payware thing, like, for example, the GPS, not quite as clear, but hey, it's free. And as you can see, it looks awesome. Really nice interior. Or, I should say it's a cockpit, really, shouldn't I? Really nice. So, basically, we're heading out from Hong Kong International Airport. We are heading towards Shenzhen. Of course, I will put links in the description to all of the things I'm using. For some reason, I'm not taking off yet. Let's fast forward a bit. I don't know why I'm taking so long to take off. Maybe I was playing with things. I can't remember. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, we're taking off, guys. So yeah, so I'll put links in the description. I also found some freeware photo scenery. Wow, look at that. I have to say that the clouds look amazing. They do. Like I said in the previous video, I am also using a payware piece of software which helps with the clouds and also helps with the graphics. Oh my goodness, what a terrible takeoff. What am I doing? Oopsies. Let's have a look at Hong Kong Airport. I mean, of course it's freeware, so it's not going to be the most amazing thing in the world, but for freeware I kind of like it. I think that looks pretty nice, actually. You know, I mean, I don't really need perfect realism, like amazing graphics. It just adds a bit to the immersion if you have a proper airport there. Anyway, we're heading towards Shenzhen. So yeah, just to recap, like I said, I'm using a Robin style freeware aircraft. I'll put a link in the description for that. I am also, like I said, the Hong Kong International Airport freeware thing, I will put a link for that. I'm also, like I just said, using a couple of pieces of software to enhance the clouds and to improve the graphics. Those pieces of software are quite expensive, but they make a really big difference to the game. Like, I couldn't really have clouds in the game that much in the past because it would basically really hammer my frame rate, and both of those pieces of software really helped to give me amazing looking clouds and effects, but it doesn't actually hit the FPS. If anything, it slightly improves the FPS. So of course I'll put links in the description for those. And yes, I am also using a freeware photorealistic package for Hong Kong and also for Shenzhen. So I'll put links for all that stuff in the description. This is quite a short journey from Hong Kong to Shenzhen. It only takes about an hour or an hour and a half in a car, so it's really not going to take very long in an airplane. Let's admire the beauty of this airplane. Like I said, one of the best freeware airplanes I've ever used. Pretty awesome. I have kind of found that for some reason using the software that I am using to improve the graphics, it's basically like to do with the filtering. It's called, I think it's called a max FF, Max FX. For some reason that seems to be slightly dulling the photo scenery. I believe when I first used the photo scenery it looked a bit clearer. For some reason it looks a bit kind of washed out when I use this software, so I might have to play around with that. But hey, I mean, photo scenery is always slightly, you know, it obviously always looks slightly flat, if you know what I mean. Actually, it doesn't look slightly flat, it looks very flat. I mean, but hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, so it definitely helps having some kind of extra scenery on top of the X-Plane scenery. I mean, the X-Plane scenery is definitely improved, but it's not that great. And the options for even like payware or freeware, like add-ons, are not that great in X-Plane. Obviously, FSX has a massive community that's been around a long time. They have pretty much every like scenery under the sun, you know. Of course, X-Plane is not quite there yet, but it is gradually improving, and I am noticing more and more people are coming across from FSX to X-Plane. And there's also lots of people that ask me, why don't you do more FSX? Well, the problem is I've got X-Plane looking so good, and I've got so many really nice add-ons for X-Plane. If I was to do a similar thing in FSX, it would cost me a lot of money, and it seems kind of pointless buying all those extra add-ons again for another flight sim, like especially when that flight sim is not being actively developed anymore. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with X-Plane. I mean, obviously I do fly flight sims a fair bit, but it seems to be quite an on-off love affair, if you know what I mean. Like I might play for quite a lot over a short period of time, like a month, and then all of a sudden I'll go off it and I'll go back to something else, you know. Like it seems like very often that's how I seem to operate. Anyway, like I said, it's a very short journey, so we're really not that far off the destination. In fact, I believe I can see the airstrip just over there on the left hand side there. And let's hope this landing is slightly better. I think I've been improving a bit, been kind of getting back a bit, some of the control. Still not great though, still need to practice a lot more, you know, so what can I say? But I am certainly enjoying it very much. Very much indeed. Yeah, so as you can see, the photo scenery, it looks really good if you're like high up. Like this is obviously like a port area, I think it is it? It looks like it. I mean, when you're high up in like an airline or something, it looks nice, but when you're this kind of close to it, it looks very flat and not that great. I think if you have a commercial photorealistic scenery, I think that would be a lot clearer, you know, than this one. But hey, I mean, it's better than nothing, and I'm kind of finding it hard to find anything in X-Plane in Asia, really. I was kind of hoping that I could fly over to Taiwan, like to Taipei. Obviously, I'm going to be flying this route a lot from Hong Kong over to Shenzhen, because it's quite a short flight, good for practicing. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is it. This is the final countdown. Trying to get myself lined up for the runway over here. I mean, this is actually an international airport, and I've been kind of hoping to find X-Plane scenery for this airport. I did find one, but it's quite old. I've not implemented it yet, but I might do that. It's just kind of nice, you know, even if you just have a couple of buildings and a couple of airplanes there, you know, it's kind of nice. I'm kind of annoyed that Air Hauler only works with 32 bit. For those of you that have watched my X-Plane videos before, I got really into Air Hauler. I played it a lot. I put a lot of hours into it, but they only have 32-bit. They don't actually support 64-bit. Now, I have to say I'm not very happy with that company who make that, because I think they've actually made a fair amount of money from Air Hauler. It's quite expensive. I think a lot of people have bought it, and they're really not supporting the X-Plane version that well. I mean, how hard is it for them just to convert it from 32-bit to 64-bit? I mean, I don't think it's going to be that hard. So I'm kind of annoyed, because I don't really want to obviously play on 32-bit. There's a way that I could obviously play Air Hauler on the 32-bit, but I don't want to do that, because obviously right now I have the graphics looking really nice on the 64-bit version. It's running really smooth. The frame rate is pretty decent and everything. I don't really want to go back to the 32-bit version and have to deal with those issues. Anyway, here we are, guys. I think I lined myself up pretty well this time. I would say that the lining up was very good, because I had a very clear view of the runway. It's quite a big runway. I mean, it's an international airport, like I said before. We're coming down quite nicely. Got a little bit of a warning there. Added a little bit extra power, not much, just to make sure I didn't land too early. Yeah. We're coming in, guys. We're coming in. The lining up is okay. I'm kind of drifting off a bit now. Have to re-correct myself. And I think, again, the landing, I have this habit of, I get near the ground and I kind of like to pull up too much. Maybe I should have used more flaps, because again we have a bit of a kangaroo landing, which I seem to like doing a lot at the moment. Yeah, so not a bad landing. And again, I would say to you guys, if any of you guys have any hints, I'd love to hear them. I am a noob. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying it. You know, just learning as I go along. And welcome to Shenzhen. Yeah, welcome to Shenzhen. It's very empty. Hopefully one day it will not be this empty. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I know that I've been doing a lot of X-Plane videos recently. Of course, this does not mean I'm only going to do X-Plane videos. Like I said, I do have a habit of going hard on a game and then kind of going hard on another game. You probably noticed that before this I was going quite hard on racing games. I just had a big thing for, I really got back into racing games. You know, that's kind of how I work. I seem to like to do that. I apologise if it's a bit annoying for you guys, but just hang in there. There will be a variety of videos on their way at some point. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.